Hello students, today we will start new chapter atoms. In the previous classes we have learnt about atoms. What are atoms? Means every object is made up of very tiny particles, and these tiny particles are known as atoms. And we have learnt about the atom that it is smallest and indivisible particle, and after that it was found that atom can also be divided into three subatomic particles like electron, proton and neutron. In this lecture we will discuss about the size of nucleus and size of atom, and it was told by the Rutherford's model or Rutherford's experiment. Atoms. So first of all we will discuss about Rutherford's experiment of alpha scattering particle. Rutherford suggested a model in 1911, but he did not perform this model or this experiment himself. He took help of his two followers named as H. Giger and E. Marsden. He suggested this model or say this experiment in 1911, and two of his followers performed this experiment as Giger and E. Marsden. H. Giger and E. Marsden performed the experiment of alpha scattering particle in 1911. It was suggested by Rutherford, and they took a source of alpha particle, and the source was bismuth that has the atomic number 83 and atomic mass 214. Bismuth 83 to 14. They took bismuth 83 to 14 as a source of alpha particles, and the setup of experiment is shown here. Have a look. Here the source or say bismuth, alpha particles were scattered in different directions, but here this opening controls them to go forward in a particular direction, and this was made of lead. This is lead chamber made of lead, and again because the gold foil is at a larger distance, so again these were sent in a particular direction or say in a straight direction. Collimator was used. Collimator. It is also made of lead bricks, lead. What is the function of collimator? Means it is also made of lead. It absorbs all the radiations coming towards the collimator and only allows the rays, alpha particles, to pass through it in a straight line. This was the apparatus. Here the gold screen. Alpha particles will strike to this gold film or say gold screen. Here are the alpha particles, means source of alpha particle. Alpha particles will come from here and collimated here, and they will go in a straight line and will strike with the gold screen. Next, some of the alpha particles may deflected from here too. Some will pass through it and some will deflect at any angle. Here a zinc sulfide screen is also provided with a movable microscope. This is the zinc sulfide screen with movable microscope. Bismuth as the source of alpha particles. Alpha particles will come straight direction, and after striking the gold foil, some of the alpha particles may deflect. Some will pass, and here a zinc sulfide screen is in this form, curved form we can say, and a movable microscope. It can be moved in the up and downward direction. Means if microscope is here, the alpha particles coming here can be observed, can be seen. If it is here, then alpha particles coming here can be seen. And when alpha particles strike to this zinc sulfide screen brightens. The brightness is too low that it cannot be seen with the help of naked eyes. So a movable microscope is fixed to see that sparkling effect, to that lightning effect. So lightning effect can be seen with the help of this microscope. This was the whole apparatus. Bismuth is taken as the source of alpha particles, and this is the lead chamber. This collimator is also made of lead to absorb the alpha particles, and only the alpha particles coming in a straight line are allowed to fall on the gold screen. After falling on the gold screen, the alpha particles will strike to the zinc sulfide screen and they will show the brightness on the zinc sulfide screen. The brightness can not be seen with the help of naked eyes. It will be seen with the help of this movable microscope. If we want to see here, then microscope will be adjusted here. If here, then adjust it here, here. We can see as it. And the alpha particles have energy 2.1 into 10 raised to power 7 mega electron volt. Or it is taken as 5.5 electron volt, 5.5 mega electron volt, and the Width of gold screen is taken as 10 raised to power minus 8 to 10 raised to power minus 7 meters. Gold screen is taken as because gold is highly malleable. The thinnest sheet can be formed, means this sheet is the thinnest sheet, that every atom can be adjusted as this is one atom, this is one atom, this, like this. The screen has single layer of atoms. Alpha particles having energy 5.5 mega electron volt are allowed to fall on the gold screen having thickness of 10 raised to power minus 8 to 10 raised to power minus 7 meters are allowed to fall on the gold screen. When these are fallen on the gold screen, some of the alpha particles passed straight and some of the alpha particles deflected at small angles, and they can be seen at the zinc sulfide screen with the help of this movable microscope. What were the observations in this experiment? What were the observations? In these observations, it was found that most of the alpha particles passed through the gold screen without deflection, without any deflection. Here, what were the observations? Most of the alpha particles passed without any deflection, and a very small number of alpha particles deflected at very small angle, and about 1 in million of alpha particles was deflected back, means one of the millions of alpha particles retraced its path. Is it clear? Okay. What are the observations in this experiment? Observations. Number 1. Most of the alpha particles pass through the gold screen without showing noticeable. Most of the alpha particles passed through the gold screen without showing noticeable deflection. Means most of the alpha particles passed straight without any deflection, and only 0.14% of the alpha particles were deflected at the angle more than 1 degree. Of alpha particles were deflected at angle more than 1 degree, and about 1 in 1000, about 1 in 8,000 alpha particles, 1 in 8,000 was deflected at an angle more than 90 degree. Was deflected at angle more than 90 degree. Means if we are seeing here the gold screen, most of the alpha particles passed without noticeable deflection, and only 0.14 of the alpha particles were deflected at angle more than 1 degree. It means only small deflection they were showing. Only small deflection they were showing. Only 0.14% of the alpha particles. And 1 in 8,000 particles was deflected at angle more than 90 degree. One of the 8,000 was deflected at angle more than 19 degree, we can say. And 1 in millions was deflected back, or say it retraced its path. 1 in millions. So we can write here 1 in millions of alpha particles was deflected back, or say at angle 180, that retraced its path. Is it clear? Most of the alpha particles passed without showing any noticeable deflection. Only 0.14 of alpha particles were deflected at angle more than 1 degree. And 1 in the 8,000 was deflected at angle more than 90 degree. And 1 in millions of alpha particles was deflected back. If it is coming here, it was deflected here by retracing its own path. So what was this showing? Now we will come to the conclusion. Means if the alpha particles are passing straight, it means the atom has empty space. If the alpha particles are passing without showing any deflection, it means atom has empty space. Our experiment is showing this observation. Most of alpha particles pass through the gold screen without showing any deflection. Means most of the space in the atom is empty. Number 1 is most of the space inside atom is empty. Is it clear? Because most of the alpha particles pass through. Next, we have seen that 0.14% of alpha particles were deflected at angle more than 1 degree. And what is alpha particle? Alpha particle is nothing but it is helium atom having no electrons. Helium atom having no electrons. We can say helium 2 plus. Is it clear? So helium atom is positively charged, means alpha particle is positively charged. And if the particles are deflected, then here is some positive charge inside the atom. Second conclusion, 0.14% of alpha particles are deflected at angle more than 1 degree. It means very small size of the atom has positive charge. Very small space inside the atom, or we can say it extremely small, because it is very, very small. Extremely small space inside the atom is positively charged, because 0.1% of the particles are deflected. And this extremely small size of positive charge is known as nucleus. the extremely small positive core inside the nucleus, inside the atom is called nucleus, and the size of this positive core means nucleus is found to be 10 raised to power minus 15 to 10 raised to power minus 14 meters. Size of nucleus is found to be 10 raised to power minus 15 to 10 raised to power minus 14 meters. Next conclusion. One in millions of alpha particles was deflected back. It is showing that there is some positive charge. These three observations are showing that it has positive charge inside this. Next conclusion is also means here is the nucleus and it is positively charged, and alpha particles are positive charge, nucleus is also positive charge. This will repel them. This was shown in the observation. And in atom we know that nucleus is in the center of atom and electrons are revolving around it. This nucleus is positively charged and electrons are negatively charged. Then why the nucleus is not attracting the electrons towards itself? Electrons are not pulled in the nucleus. Why? The force acting between charge means this nucleus positive charge and this electron negative charge is electrostatic force, means force acting between these charges. This electrostatic force works as a centripetal force. This electrostatic force works as a centripetal force, and this force works to move the electron in an circular orbit around the nucleus. Means electrons are not pulled toward the nucleus, they are to move in the circular orbit around the nucleus. The next conclusion is that electrons are not pulled towards the nucleus because the electrostatic force acts as centripetal force, and so electrons move in an elliptical orbit around the nucleus. And these observations can be shown graphically. So, is it clear? Observations, most of the alpha particles passed without any deflection. Only 0.14 of alpha particles were deflected at angles more than 1 degree. 1 in the 1000 of alpha particles was deflected about more than 90 degree, and 1 in millions of alpha particles was deflected back. If it is coming here, it was deflected here. Next, conclusion on the basis of observation. Most of the space inside atom is empty because alpha particles are passing without any deflection, and because 0.14 alpha particles are deflected at angle more than 1 degree, means only a small space inside the atom is positively charged. Next, and this extremely small positive charge core is called as nucleus, and size was observed as 10 raised to power minus 15 to 10 raised to power minus 14 meter. Electrons are not pulled towards the nucleus because the electrostatic force acts as centripetal force, and the size of the atom was found to the size of atom was found to be 10 raised to power minus 10 meters. Next, these observations can be shown with the help of a graph. Alpha particles, or say deflecting angle theta here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 up to 180 degrees. And here the number of scattered alpha particles, this is taken as 10 raised to power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 10 raised to power 6, 10 raised to power 7. From the observations we have found that 10 raised to power 6 means 1 of the millions was deflected at angle 180 degree. 1 of the million was deflected at angle 180. And this was the observation, or you can show it as only small number of particles is getting deflected at angle 180 degree. And here we can see the large number of particles at very small angle. When angle is very large, number of scattered particles is small. We can see here. And the estimated value of scattered particles at any angle theta. Number of scattered particles at an angle theta was given that it relates that sine raised to power 4 theta by 2. This relation was given for the estimated value of number of alpha particles scattered, or it can be shown as, here will be any constant sine raised to power 4 theta by 2. Is it clear? The number of estimated particles can be shown by this relation. Number of alpha particles scattered at any angle theta are given as k by sine raised to power 4 theta by 2. And we can solve any numerical problem by this formula. That here is a question: if 100 alpha particles are scattered at an angle of 90 degree, question is given, if 100 of alpha particles are scattered at an angle of 90 degree, then find the number of alpha particles scattered at 60 degree. Here is the formula, try to find out. Solution: n 94 and 90 degree, k by sin raised to power 4 and theta 90 degree by 2. It will be k by sin raised to power 4 and theta will be 90 by 2 means 45 degree. For theta 60 degree, number of scattered alpha particles, k will be sin raised to power 4 theta 60 degree by 2. It will be k by sin raised to power 4 into 30 degree. And number of particles scattered at angle 90 degree is given as 100. Value of this is given 100. Compare these two values and find out this. This will be 460 degree. Here we can find out it by 90 degree by and 60 degree. Here are the formulas. K by sin 445 into sin 4 30 degree by k. K is cancelled. Sin raised to 4 30 degree by sin raised to power 4 45 degree. And value of n 90 is given as 100 by and 60 degree will be sin raised to power 4 30 degree by sin raised to power 4 45 degree. Write the values. Sin 0 degree and sin 30 degree and sin 45 degree. Solve it and find the values. Sin 30 1 by 2 to 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 raised to power 4. Sin 45 1 by root 2 into 1 by root 2 into 1 by root 2 into 1 by root 2. Solve it. 1 by 2 1 by 16 and into 1 by root 2 root 2 root 2 root 2 4 1 ja 4 ja 16. So here n 60 will be equals to 100 into 4. It will be 400. So number of alpha particles that will be scattered on the angle of 60 degree will be 400. Is it easy or not? Write in comment box.